Welcome to the channel where I tell you about a deck of cards pretty much every single week of the year. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you squat. Pretty much here I tell you about a deck of cards every week. You say, hey, that's a cool looking deck. Maybe I should pick that up with the 10% off code that I have in the description. You are welcome. Or you're like, nah, that's kind of gross. So let's go right into this. Right here we have the Blood Blades deck. Very interesting deck. I'll tell you straight away. The box, I'm not a fan. I don't know about you guys. It's kind of plain. I don't know. Let's take a closer look. If I get this to focus in, you can see some guy that kind of looks like Assassin's Creed, if you guys have ever seen that video game. And overall, it's very plain. I gotta say, the guy itself is pretty much the only artwork on this. You have blades here, playing cards. So as you guys can make your own opinions here. It really doesn't have too much. Okay, and I think you guys can tell. On the side, DeVoe's Blades Blood Edition. Okay, on the bottom here, you got just standard stuff. High performance. These are high performing cards, as you can tell by. I mean, the box is telling us they're high performing. They must be high performing. And the back. You get a look at the back design, and as you can tell, it's pretty much the same thing, okay? Not too much different going on there. And let's see, the top of the box, you have blades, okay? Anything on the flap here? Yes, you do. You got a little, sort of like a ninja star. There's no hidden secrets. There's no card reveals, nothing like that. That's pretty much it. And let's take a closer look at the deck. So if we take a look at the back design, yes, it's the same thing as the box. Overall, I think it's a pretty neat looking back. Not my favorite. Overall, the back design and the box, I think, were just kind of quickly done. They don't seem to really, go over the top, okay? I do like this back design. It looks very cool. The cards themselves, I'm getting ahead of myself, but they just feel awesome, okay? But here, let me get a closer look at this back design so you can see it. To me, inside looks like baseballs. I don't know why. But you see a lot of spikes, a lot of blades. I mean, just as the name suggests. Very cool looking deck. Something I think you guys should probably add to your collection if you do like collecting decks. So that is the back design. What do I think of it? Out of 10 stars, I give it a 6, okay? Because it's not my favorite, but it's definitely not bad at all. Okay, now let's take a look at what you get when you open the box. So you just open your box, you're getting a free card. That card is an advertising card, but nobody even uses these, so I'm going to throw it out of the picture, throw it in the garbage. This is a blank card, very useful. Personally, I don't use blank cards too much, but sometimes you get that occasional trick that requires 2 of them, and you're like, wow, they only gave me 1. Kind of stinks. Now, as we keep going here, you get a couple of jokers. Once again, I apologize. I was almost going to say these are exactly the same. See if you can figure it out, guys. It is his sword. One is over here. He's kind of pointing at someone. And over here, it's concealed, and he looks like he's praying. So as you can see, he's like lifted off the ground. I think that's very cool. It looks like a lot of time went into this Joker, and I do like it. Once again, it looks like he's from Assassin's Creed, just with the hood and everything. But overall, I think these are fantastic Jokers. Someone spent a lot of time on these, and I think it's well worth it. The sad thing is, nobody really sees the Jokers unless it's a Joker trick, like a Joker sandwich. So, that kind of stinks, alright? Now, let's take a closer look at the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades, this, I gotta tell you, is not my favorite. It's not the worst Ace of Spades in the world. I do like the lengthiness of the Ace of Spades. It's longer than you would think, okay? And then you have somebody coming out of the Ace of Spades, which is a cool idea. I'm just not the biggest fan of it, okay? But it will get the job done. Okay, let me get a closer look here. Let me focus in, and as you can see, you got a couple of dragons and stuff. Not too much going on. Once again, it's pretty plain. Okay, it seems like a lot of artwork went into the characters and the things popping out. Okay, so those are the aces. The aces are just regular artwork. Okay, nothing too crazy happening there. Now we get into my favorite part of the deck. If anything, you should get the deck because of this. The face cards. I love the color red, and these are just incredible. You can see they're outlined in red. The camera doesn't pick up on that too greatly. I'm going to get this to really focus in here. Just look at this, guys. The color, the black, red, and white, just looks unbelievable. It stands out greatly, okay? The white pops, the black pops, the red pops. I think this looks amazing, okay? You can see the pip is outlined in red. It's very subtle, but I think it looks great. Let me show you a couple more cards in here. Let's take a look at a red face card. So this is the King of Hearts. Now it's the opposite. So the last one was outlined in red. This one is outlined in black, and as you can see, red is more dominant here. Black is a little more dominant over there. I think this looks great. I personally love the face cards in this deck, okay? Now, all the other artwork is the same, okay? The red is a little bit darker than your normal bicycle deck. If you have a Guardians deck, it's pretty much the same exact red. And you get a normal bicycle deck, okay? So you're not getting anything crazy besides a detailed face card, jokers, ace of spades, okay? So it's a normal bicycle deck. It's a bit more expensive than a bicycle deck, but I'll tell you why. This handling, these cards just feel unbelievable. Now, the finish isn't said on the box, but whatever it is feels unbelievable. If you guys know, let me know in the comments, okay? They spread well. They just feel unbelievable. I don't know why, but they just feel great. They're so smooth. They're so slippery. Just like that new deck feeling, but they always feel like that, okay? There's not too much wear and tear. I have been using these for a little while now, for quite some time actually, and nothing at all. Okay, this deck is in mint condition, and I give it, you know, it's been through some tough times. So that's the deck, guys. Do I recommend it? Yeah, I think I'd recommend this. Do I recommend decks more than this? I think there's a lot better choices that you can get that are worth your money. Okay, but that's the deck, guys. I'm gonna go wash my car now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.